Fundamentals of Case Management Practice Skills for Human Services, 5th edition. This is Chapter 12, Collaborating with People for Change. What is change? It means different things to different people. It can mean immediate change to painful circumstances. It can mean long-term change to affect well-being and competence. It can involve giving up old ways of being and old habits. It involves commitment and hard work. Stages of change. Pre-contemplation, the person is not really thinking about changing and is not ready to change. Contemplation, the person is willing to explore change but not ready to commit to change. Developing a plan, the person is ready to change but needs a plan. Implementing the plan, the person actually changes thinking, old bad habits, or behavior. Think of this as practice, essentially, and then maintaining the changes. The person is seeking to make the changes permanent. Relapse happens when the person cannot sustain the new behavior or changes over a long period of time. Focus on the attempt and not the failure. Talk about what was learned. Can the person learn to recognize and manage a relapse? What were the triggers? Ambivalence is not resistance. What many people see as resistance is often ambivalence. Ambivalence is not a normal reaction to change. Stipulate that it is the client who decides whether or not changes will take place. Come alongside. Discouragement. The situation seems to overwhelm the person. They have low regard for their capabilities or put themselves down. They are unwilling or unable to take responsibility. They describe their circumstances or other people as totally domineering and overwhelming. They have no trouble discussing their problems, but are unable to focus on solutions to those problems. Their goals seem impossible or unrealistic to them. They set impossible standards for themselves. They sprinkle their conversation with negative global statements such as everybody hates me, or nobody ever calls me, or everything is rotten, or bad things always happen to me. Encouragement. Begin where the client is. See and point out the person's strengths. Accurately assesses the person's obstacles. Appreciate every effort. Never lose sight of potential. Recovery tools, part 1, self-direction. Individuals take charge of how they will recover, including making significant choices and decisions. Individualization, and person-centered. Consideration is given to the very unique attributes each person brings to recovery, including culture, preferences, personal experience, and a collective of strengths and needs. Empowerment. People participate to the fullest extent possible in decisions that will affect them and are given the information they need to participate fully. They speak for themselves and control the elements in their own recovery. Holistic. Recovery addresses a person's whole life, looking at more than the issues that cause the person to seek help. A person's role in the community, preference for where to live, what work to pursue, and what spiritual needs are not being met are all considered. Recovery tools, part 2. Nonlinear. Recovery does not happen in predictable steps, but involves growth and occasional setbacks. Strength-based. Recovery is based on the strengths people bring to the process. Peer support, mutual support, and encouragement are provided by peers who share experiences and information and even advice. Respect. People are accepted and appreciated and their rights protected. Responsibility. Individuals are personally responsible for their own self-care and path to recovery, relying on their own courage and energy to do so. Hope. Recovery involves striving for a better future. Communication skills that facilitate change, part 1. Make it safe to explore. Tell me a little bit about how you see the situation. Steer around initial worries. You're way ahead of me here. Today I just want to know how you see the situation. articulate self-determination. You are free to choose either alternative. Help people talk about change. Tell me how you would like things to be. Communication skills that facilitate change part 2. Discuss discrepancies. Tell me how things would be different if you took your medication regularly. Allow people to express ambivalence. So you like smoking because it keeps you in contact with a smokers group at work, but you are worried it's affecting your heart. Bring out confidence. Tell me about your personal strengths that are going to help you succeed here. Communication skills facilitate change part 3. Facilitate commitment. Tell me what you would be willing to do to get started. Reflect the opposite side. You really feel that you would miss a lot of fun and gossip at work if you quit smoking? Trapping the client. Case managers trap clients when they hear ambivalence and decide it is resistance. The case manager gives up thinking the client has already decided not to change. Case managers trap clients when they use the aggressive form of confrontation, tearing the client down and denigrating his unsuccessful attempts to change. People stay and work on their situations and problems more often when they feel the environment is safe. They are in control of their own situation, and someone will listen to their vacillation. Collaborative techniques, brainstorming. All of the options to solve the problem are laid out without comment. Usually a solution will appear. Offering information and advice. Ask permission to do so. Make it clear the person is free to accept or reject the advice. When it is information you believe the client needs to protect herself or information she will find useful. Summarizing. Collective summaries, pulling together the information points to have heard so far. Linking summaries, link points made earlier and tend to help pinpoint ambivalence. Transition summaries, prepare the person to move forward, help people organize, clarify, and start again at the next step. Steering around obstacles. Just because a person argues against change does not mean they are necessarily dead set against it. Shift the discussion to what change would look like. Brainstorm all the ways that change might happen. So that's it. Thanks for listening.